Well, hey gang, this is Jonathan Roldan from Tailhunter International down here in La Paz, Baja, Mexico, and we've come to the end of another fishing week. This is going to be your weekly video fishing report for the week of August 7th through the 14th, 2016. And let's get right into it because there's a lot to tell you. You know, there's 7 days out of the week, right? Well, 3 of those days this week really weren't so good because we had Tropical Storm Javier come up the peninsula. It dropped some heavy rains on Cabo San Lucas. The East Cape to the south of us got hit pretty hard. They predicted we were going to get some heavy rains where we are, but it never really materialized, but still not real good to be out there fishing. The day before the storm, we were already getting some clouds, we were getting some thunder, some lightning, the winds were starting to pick up, the waves were starting to get choppy, so it wasn't real good fishing. The day of the storm, we were predicted to get some really heavy rains. They never really materialized. We had about 3 or 4 hours of steady rain, and then that dissipated, but the winds hit us pretty hard. We had some gusts of 50, 60 miles an hour. The port captain closed things down just for safety reasons, and it was just easier to tell folks, listen, folks, we're just going to cancel things for the day, stay by the pool, eat some tacos, drink some beer. Everyone was good with that. The day after the storm, we were able to get some folks out fishing, but again, you know, usually after a storm, waters are turned over, waters are a little dirty, a little green, you know, stuff's washed out there. It was still kind of choppy, still a little breezy out there, so that wasn't the best time to be fishing either. So 3 out of our 4 days this week really weren't much at all. It was quite a wash, no pun intended. The other days of the week, you know, we've just had that kind of an up and down kind of fishing season. If you were fishing with our Las Arenas fleet, roosterfish were the main target. We had roosterfish and we had marlin, so basically those two species were what we were after. If you were into the roosterfish, the fish were running 20 to about 50 or 60 pounds. It was great to check that off the bucket list. There's a big reason why our Las Arenas area is called the roosterfish capital of the world. But you know, roosterfish don't taste so good. They're great to catch. They're exciting to look at. We release most of those fish, but it doesn't fill an ice chest. So roosterfish, marlin were pretty much all there was happening at Las Arenas, and you know, there weren't that many billfish either. Now, if you really wanted some action, fishing with our La Paz fleet was a lot better. But here's the rub in the whole thing. We're fishing mostly rockfish. These are the kind of fish we get during the springtime. The pelagic species that we normally get during this time of year just really aren't happening. There's some striped marlin, there's some sailfish, there's some blue marlin out there, but you know, there's not a lot of big fish. And the rest of the fish are going to be, you know, the stuff that we're catching off the reefs, off the rocks. So a lot of triggerfish. And, you know, that's got to be one of the most underrated fish. Folks don't come to Baja to fish for triggerfish, but because of the fishing conditions the last couple of months, we've really started targeting these. And, you know, there's some 3, 4, 5 pound fish out there that really haven't been exposed to hooks and lines, but guys are catching them. They're great eating, they fight hard, and in these same areas we've got pargo, we've got cabria, we've got amberjack. Now some of the big ones, you know, listen, it's going to be real tough to get these fish into the boat. The rocks are there, the boulders are there, you've got sharp reefs. These fish have got really big teeth, they've got sharp gill plates, they've got, you know, really sharp scales. So most of the time guys get sawed off, but boy, these are powerful fish. We are getting bit, but we're just not getting many to the boat. So a lot of the fish that are coming back are going to be your 12 to 20-inch fish, and then the big trigger fish. Take a look at the fishing report with all the photos. You'll see some of the sizes of some of these trigger fish. Make great eating, make great ceviche, make great fish tacos. So we're getting a lot of those. Offshore, I am happy to say that we are getting a few more Dorado. We get, you know, 3, 4, 5 a day, but that's it. And this is really strange because, you know, for August, we should be getting 5, 10, 15, 20 hookups on Dorado a day, and the small ones should be 10 or 15 pounds. So this El Nino has really thrown a wrench into the machinery. Hopefully things are going to get better. The conditions are looking good, so hopefully the Dorado bite is going to get better. But as far as the fishing bite for our La Paz fleet, it's either billfish, inshore fish like the pargo, the cabria, the triggerfish, or maybe the occasional Dorado, and that was kind of it. Take a look at the photos. It'll give you an idea of what we were catching. In the meantime, you know, check things out and hope to have you down here sometime. There are fish to be caught. Conditions are getting better. Hopefully wherever you're at, things are going well, and hopefully we'll see you down here sometime in La Paz, Baja, Mexico with Tailhunter International. You have a great week. Thanks for checking in.